Under an electron microscope, your mitochondria are budding off tiny sacs. That's not the new part. That's been established for well over a decade, and I'll walk you through it, because it's remarkable on its own. The new part was reported in Nature 4 months ago, and it's the kind of finding that will be all over this niche within a few weeks. So I want to get to you first, and I want to give you something that almost nobody sharing it will. Let's start with what's solid. You already know mitochondria split and merge. I've covered that. But they do something else that gets far less attention. They bud. Small packages pinch off from the mitochondrial surface. Roughly 70 to 150 nanometers across. Researchers call them mitochondria-derived vesicles. And they aren't random blebs. This is a sorting operation. When proteins or lipids inside a mitochondrion get oxidized and damaged, and that happens continuously under normal conditions, those damaged components get selectively packed into one of these vesicles and shipped out. The selectivity is striking. Different vesicles carry different cargo. Some carry one outer membrane protein but specifically lack another. And when researchers reconstructed the budding process outside the cell, they found that stress-induced vesicles were selectively enriched for oxidized proteins. Not a random sample of what was nearby. The damaged material. The vesicles then travel to different destinations. Most go to the lysosome, the cell's recycling and demolition compartment. Others go to peroxisomes. So this is a courier service for damaged parts. It runs quietly, constantly, from mitochondria that are otherwise perfectly healthy and respiring normally. That's worth pausing on, because it's different from what I've described before. Mitophagy destroys a whole damaged mitochondrion. This system removes individual broken components without destroying anything. It's the difference between scrapping a car and replacing a part. Now here's where it gets stranger, and this is still the settled science. In 2017, researchers found that some of these mitochondrial packages don't get destroyed at all. Instead, they fuse with vesicles coming from another part of the cell, and together they form a brand new peroxisome. A whole organelle, built partly from mitochondrial material. So mitochondria were already known to contribute pieces toward constructing new cellular structures. Alright. Now the new finding. In April of this year, Nature reported on work showing that when a parasite invades a cell, the cell's mitochondria respond by shedding their outer layers to form brand new cellular compartments, and those compartments digest molecular waste. Read that carefully, because it's a step up from what I just described. This isn't budding off small packages of damaged cargo. This is mitochondria shedding their outer membranes to create entire new organelles, in response to an attack. And the researchers connect that to a much bigger question. Your mitochondria descend from a bacterium that got swallowed by another cell roughly 1.5 billion years ago and was never digested. I covered that a few days ago. The theory extends further than most people realize. Some researchers have proposed that other compartments inside your cells may also have originated from that same swallowed bacterium, formed when it shed portions of its outer membrane into specialized sacs. If mitochondria can still do that today, under stress, in a living cell, that's evidence the mechanism is real and not just a story about the deep past. That's a genuinely big idea. So let me tell you why I'm not going to run with it. That study is a preprint. Let me explain what that means, because it matters more than the finding does. When scientists complete a piece of work, they can post it publicly to a preprint server before it goes through peer review. That's a good thing. It gets results out fast and lets other researchers see them immediately. But peer review hasn't happened yet. Nobody independent has gone through the methods hunting for problems. Nobody has asked whether the controls were adequate, whether the imaging could be interpreted another way, whether the effect holds under different conditions. Most preprints do eventually pass review, often with revisions. Some don't. Some get substantially rewritten. Occasionally a headline finding disappears entirely. And here's the thing. When this result circulates, and it will, essentially nobody will mention that. It'll be presented as established fact, because established fact makes a better video. So my position is this. It's an exciting result. It's from a serious research group. Nature considered it interesting enough to write about, which is meaningful. And I'm not building anything on it until it clears review. Which brings me to today's takeaway, and I want to be upfront that it's different from usual. There's no free lever in this video. There's nothing to do, no protocol, no intervention. Nobody knows what this means for you yet, because nobody knows if it's fully correct yet. What I'd offer instead is a habit. Next time you see a spectacular biology claim, in a video or an article or a headline, look for whether it's been peer-reviewed. Search the study title. If the top result is a preprint server, you know to hold it loosely. That takes about 10 seconds. It costs nothing, and it will change how you read a large fraction of the health content on the internet, including mine. I'd rather hand you that than invent an action item to keep the format tidy. Now, where my own recommendation sits, and today it sits well off to the side. CoQ10 is a carrier in the electron transport chain, moving electrons between complexes. Levels tend to decline as we age. That's the same narrow claim I always make. It has nothing to do with anything else in this video. There's no supplement angle on mitochondria-derived vesicles, nobody has studied one, and if you see someone connect the two in the next few weeks, they've made it up. If you want to support that machinery on its own merits, the link in the description below is an affiliate link to Mitochondrial, which is PQQ and CoQ10, with a 90-day money-back guarantee. And if you want a channel that tells you when a finding isn't ready yet, subscribe. That's the entire idea here. This video is educational only and it's not medical advice.